In the first half of the 20th century, Major League Baseball had a lot of player managers. It just wasn't uncommon. But I'm not sure it's the best way to run your organization. For example, when Billy Herman, the second baseman for the Brooklyn Dodgers, broke into the major leagues, he came for the Louisville Colonels minor league team. He had 3 seasons where he never hit less than .305, and he was an excellent defensive second baseman. The Chicago Cubs, who had his contract, had a second baseman named Rogers Hornsby, who was the player manager of the 1931 Cubs. Hornsby was in his 16th major league season, and he could still play. He was hitting .330. He had .331 with 16 home runs in 1931. I'm sure the organization wanted Hornsby to make a decision about Billy Herman. Hornsby did not want to make a decision about Billy Herman. In fact, Herman said that as a rookie in 1931, Hornsby barely spoke to him. Herman's major league debut did not come until August 29th, 1931, against the Cincinnati Reds. He stepped into the box against Cy Johnson of the Reds and got a base hit his first time up. Cy Johnson took exception and beamed him his second time up. Herman had to be helped off the field. Kind of hard to be a rookie in 1931, especially if your manager played your position. Welcome, everyone, to game number 14 of the National League Tournament. This could be the final game. If the Brooklyn Dodgers defeat the visiting Chicago Cubs, they will eliminate the Cubs and be the victors of the 1941 tournament. If the Cubs defeat the Dodgers, there'll be a need for one more game. It is a double elimination tournament. Here are your starting lineups for the Chicago Cubs. Leading off and playing center field is Phil Cavarretta. Lou Stringer is at second base. Stan Hack is at third base. Bill Nicholson is hitting fourth in left field. Babe Dahlgren at first base. Dom D'Alessandro is in center field. Clyde McCullough is the catcher. Bobby Sturgeon at shortstop. And Deacon Claude Passau is the pitcher, grade B with a Z modifier. For the Brooklyn Dodgers, Cookie Lavagetto will lead off and play third base. Billy Herman is at second base. Pete Reeser is in center field. Dolph Camilli is in right field. Camilli's in right. Dixie Walker is in left field. Okay, let's back that up. Camilli's at first base. Walker is in left field. Ducky Medwick is in right field. Now we're on track. Mickey Owens, the catcher. Pee Wee Reese at shortstop. And Hugh Casey is the pitcher. He is a C pitcher with a Y modifier. This game is being played at Ebbets Field. Brooklyn is 3-0 in the tournament. Chicago is 3-1. Here's the first pitch to Phil Cavarretta. It's a 16, and 28 is a ground out to the shortstop, Pee Wee Reese. One away. Basic Apba is the game, except for steals and base advance. There'll be the optional advance fielding as well. Lou Stringer is the batter. 56 is a it's a Y modifier, so Stringer is a strikeout victim of Hugh Casey for the second out. Here is Stan Hack. 42 is a walk. Hack is a fast runner at first, F26 stealing. The F will mean that you won't be able to steal till the 17th or later. Here is Bill Nicholson. 63 is a fly ball to right field. That's Ducky Medwick, who makes the catch. And the Cubs are retired in the first. We go to the bottom of first. There is no score. Okay, Cookie Lavagetto steps into the box for the Brooklyn Dodgers. Here's the pitch to Cookie. 1-2 is a 25. That's a ground out to the second baseman. 4-3. One down. Billy Herman. 65 is a pop out to the catcher. 2 outs. And now Pete Reeser, multi-talented player for the Brooklyn Dodgers. 15 is going to test the left fielder, who is Bill Nicholson's a fielding column 3. That's going to be a single, and he will get the second on an error by the left fielder. Two outs. Fast runner at second in scoring position for Dolph Camilli. Here's the roll for Camilli. 34 is going to be an out. That's a fly ball to center field, caught by Dom D'Alessandro. Dodgers retired in the first. We go to the top of the second. No score. Babe Dahlgren leads off the second for the Cubs. 13 is going to be a base on balls. He is an average speed runner, R26 stealing. That'll bring up Dom D'Alessandro, who's 4 for 14 in the tournament. 64 is going to be a swing and a miss for strike 3. One away. Mac McCullough, the catcher. 51 is going to be a base on balls. Already 3 walks surrendered by Hugh Casey. And we have Bobby Sturgeon. .56 is going to be a 34. That's a pop up to third base. 2 outs. And now the pitcher, Claude Passau. And I dropped the dice on the floor. All right, we'll re-roll that to the pitcher, Passau. 63 is going to be a fly out to center field, caught by Pete Reeser. That's the end of the top of the second. We go to the bottom of the second, no score. Claude Passau returns to the mound, completes his warm-up tosses. He was the leading pitcher of the 1945 Cubs that went to the World Series. By the way, I mistakenly said the Cubs were in a 40 series a couple games ago. I know that's wrong. The Reds were in the 1940 World Series for the National League. But Passau was 17-9 in 1945 to lead the Cubs to the World Series, 2.45 ERA, and he pitched a one-hit shutout in that series. Here's the pitch to Dixie Walker. 21 is a ground ball to third base. One away. Here is fiery Ducky Medwick. That's a 21. That's also a ground out to third. 2 outs. The catcher, Mickey Owen. And another 21 roll. That's another ground ball to the busy third baseman for the Chicago Cubs, Stan Hack, who makes the play. We go to the top of the third. No score. Okay, we go to the top of the Cubs order. And leading off is Phil Cavalera, who grounded out to short the first time up. 21 is also a ground out to third. Lou Stringer. 61 is a 36 is a ball. 21 is a ground out to third. I guess that's all we can do here today is hit ground balls to third. Stan Hack. 25 is a base hit for Stan Hack. Hack will be at first with 2 outs. He's a fast runner. Bill Nicholson. He's got some power. He hit 26 home runs in 1941. Here's a pitch to Nicholson. 34 is a fly ball to center field caught by Pete Reeser. Go to the bottom of the third, still no score. Bottom of the Brooklyn order, Pee Wee Reese will lead off. Helped lead the Dodgers to 7 pennants in his 16-year career. Here's the pitch to Pete Reeser. 51 is the roll. That's going to be a base hit for Pete Reese. Pee Wee Reese. Runner on first, D23, Steeler. The D means steal with 1 or 2 outs in games within 1 run after 6th innings, any outs. The batter is the pitcher, Hugh Casey. Casey will try to sacrifice. .36 is a 33. That's going to be fielder's choice. The bunt went back to the pitcher, who was able to get Reese at second, shortstop covering, scored a fielder's choice. And now Hugh Casey is the runner at first. Slow runner. The Dodgers are going to play it safe. Cookie Lavaghetto. 45 is going to be 2 balls and no strikes, as Paso has the Z modifier. 56 is a pop out to the shortstop. 2 outs, and Billy Herman's the batter. 1-5 is going to be an 8 against a B pitcher. That's 27. Be a ground out to third base, 5-3. So we go to the bottom of the top of the 4th, no score. I must say, Dodger pitching in this game, in this tournament, has been spectacular. They have allowed only 2 runs in the first 3 games of this tournament. Babe Dahlgren will lead off for the Cubs. 33, that's a double for Babe Dahlgren. Dom D'Alessandro will be the hitter, and I think he might try to bunt him to third with nobody out. He does square around. 62 is a 32. That's going to be bunted toward the first base side. Throws to the second baseman covering. And it is a successful sacrifice, sending the runner to third. Clyde McCullough is the batter. He will try to get something in the air. Here's the pitch from Hugh Casey. 53 is a 19. That will test the third baseman for Brooklyn. That's for Lavaghetto. He is a fielding column 1, and that is going to be an error on Cookie Lavaghetto. Scoring the unearned run, Dahlgren scores, and it's now 1-0 Chicago. Bob Sturgeon, the batter. 64 is a swing and a miss for strike 3. 2 outs, and the pitcher Claude Paso comes up. 36 is 33. That's a pop out to third base for the final out, but the Cubs get on the board here in the 4th. It is Chicago 1 and Brooklyn 0. Pete Reeser will lead off for Brooklyn in the bottom of the 4th, a .343 hitter in 1941. 46 is a swing and a miss for strike 3. He is 1 for 2 in today's game. Dolph Camilli comes to bat. A lot of power, 34 home runs in 41. 55 is a fly ball to deep center field, but it is going to be caught by Dom D'Alessandro, and there are 2 outs. Fred Walker, 41, and that's a ground out to the shortstop, 6-3. We go to the fifth. It is Chicago 1 and Brooklyn nothing. Okay, Hugh Casey prepares to go through the Cub batting order for the third time. We're at the top of the order. Phil Cavaretta steps in the box. 31 is the roll, and that is a 9 against a C is going to be an out. Play result is 34, a Y strikeout. Cavaretta is 0 for 3 in today's game. Here is Loose Stringer, the second baseman. 45 is a walk. That is the fourth walk surrendered by Casey. Stan Hack. Fast runner at first base. Here's the pitch to Stan Hack. I think he's going to hit and run. Let's hit and run. Have to get on the right page. Runner starts. Here's the pitch. The Hack 34 is going to be a 31, and that is going to be a single to right field. Runner goes to third, and the Cubs are in business, first and third. Only one out. Bill Nicholson comes to bat. He's nicknamed Swish for a reason. He does strike out quite a bit. Hugh Casey will try to strike him out. And meanwhile, the Cubs are going to play their infield deep and try to get a double play. And Casey hits it. Here's the pitch to Nicholson. 1-5 is a 8 against a C. And that's a hit. Stringer scores. Hack goes to third on the RBI single by Bill Nicholson. It is Chicago 2, Brooklyn nothing. Infield will still stay back. Babe Dahlgren's the batter. 6-6 roll. There's a drive. It might be, it could be, it is out of here for a 3-run home run. Babe Dahlgren, and it is 5-0 Brooklyn. That is 5 runs within 3 innings against Hugh Casey. And the Dodgers are going to go to their bullpen. The Dodgers will bring in Luke Hamlin to pitch. He is a right-hander, grade D pitcher, YZ modifier. He'll be grade C pitcher for this first batter due to same. No, I take that back. He throws right-handed, yeah, so he doesn't get the bump up. Here is D'Alessandro, the hitter for Chicago. There is 1 out here in the 5th inning. 46 is a fly ball to left field, 2 away, and Clyde McCullough. 65 is a pop to the catcher. 4-run score in the 5th inning, and the Cubs lead the Dodgers 5-0. Okay, Dougie Medwick leads off for the Dodgers in the bottom of the 5th inning. 1-1 roll, that's a hit column roll. 56 is a double for Dougie Medwick. Mickey Owen. .31 is I think that's a walk. Yep. Let's see what. Base on balls. First and second, nobody out. Pee Wee Reese, who singled his first time up. .22, that's an 8 against a B with first and second. That is going to be a play result 26 that pop up to the second baseman. 1 away. Dodgers will bring in a pitch hitter, August Galan. Here's the pitch from Paso, 55. That's going to be a 8. And it's the same result. First and second, 8. I can't remember what it was. 26, yeah. Pop up to second base. 2 away, and we go to the top of the order for Cookie Lavagetto. 33, that's a hit column roll for Cookie. Looky, looky, here comes Cookie. 45 is a double. Both runners will score unless someone is slow. Let me see. I don't think he is. Let's see. He is not. With 2 outs, both men score. And it is 5-2, Chicago. Billy Herman steps in the box. Here's the pitch to Billy Herman. 62 is a swing and a miss for strike 3, and the side is retired. But the Dodgers score twice. We go to the 6th. It's 5-2, Chicago. All right, as a result of the pinch hitter, Brooklyn will have a new pitcher. He is Bill Swift, grade C, Y, and Z modifiers. We'll be looking at the bottom of the Chicago order. Here in the 6th inning, Bobby Sturgeon, the second baseman. 54 is a fly ball to right field, caught by Joe Medwick, 1 away. Pitcher Claude Passau comes to bat. He is 0 for 2. 26 is a swing and miss for strike 3. 2 down. And now Phil Cavaretta, the first baseman. Later in his career he played first base. But he's in center field now. Here's Phil Cavaretta. 22 is going to be a base hit for Cavaretta. Makes him 1 for 4 today. He is a fast runner at first with 2 outs. And Lou Stringer coming to bat. 62 is a strikeout. No run score in the 6th, and it is 5-2 Chicago. Pete Reeser will lead off the bottom of the 6th inning for Brooklyn. Wonderful ball player for the Brooklyn Dodgers. The only problem was he's carried off the field 11 times, crashing off walls in the outfield. I think he was the biggest reason that the Major Leagues went to warning tracks. Here's the pitch to Pete Reeser. 44 is going to be a base hit for Reeser. He is 2 for 3 today. And Dolph Camilli will come to bat. G26 is his stealing rating. G means 8th inning or later, so he's not going to be going. Here's the pitch to Dolph Camilli. 24 is a strikeout. 1 away, Dixie Walker. 6-6 roll, that's a hit column. Hit 9 home runs in 41. 13 is going to be a double. And Reeser is a fast runner. He will score. It is now 5-3. And the tying run will come to the plate here in the 6th inning, Ducky Medwick. 21 is the roll. That's a 12. Man on second. A strikeout. Two outs. And the catcher, Mickey Owen. 52 is a roll. 27. Ground out to third base. 5-3. Dodgers score once. We go to the 7th. It is Chicago 5 and Brooklyn 3. Here is Stan Hack. 53 is a 20 that's going to test the second baseman, who is Billy Herman. I think he's a eight, so that would be fielding column number 1. That's going to be a single for Stan Hack. Makes him 3 for 3 today, 3 singles. Nobody out, and fast runner at first for Bill Nicholson. Nicholson is 1 for 3 with the RBI single. Here's the pitch. 1-3 is a 2 balls and no strikes. 44, 8 against a C. That's going to be a base hit, and the runner will go to third. I think, yeah, Hack is fast, so he goes to third. First and third, Chicago, nobody out. Timeout for Brooklyn. Fat Freddie Fitzsimmons would be brought in for the bullpen to pitch for Brooklyn. He's right-handed. Dahlgren's right-handed, but A pitchers don't get the benefit of the same-sidedness when they come in and relieve. Here's the pitch to Dahlgren. 41 is a, Cubs are playing infield in, by the way. 41 is a 24, first and third. Probably wish they were playing it back. Okay, that's going to be a 4-6-3 double play anyway. So the run will score. No RBI to Dahlgren. It is 6-3, and now the bases are clear. D'Alessandro. .61 is a 40. That is a foul ball. 23 is a ground out to the second baseman, Billy Herman. We go to the bottom of the seventh. Chicago 6, Brooklyn 3. Clepaso will be looking at the bottom of the Dodger order. Pee Wee Reese, the pitcher, who may or may not bat, and Cookie Lavagetto. Here's the pitch to Pee Wee Reese. 62 is a strikeout. 1 down. I think they're going to go ahead. Dodger bullpen is getting a little thin as far as quality. They're going to let Fitzsimmons hit. He was, by the way, not a horrible hitter. Here's the pitch. 6-6 roll. That's going to be a double for the pitcher, Freddie Fitzsimmons. He's slow at second base, so they'll have to be careful on the base pass. Cookie Lavagetto is the batter. 35 is a 39. Strike 1. 1 for 3 on the day with a double. 21 is going to be a 12 and a strikeout. Now 2 outs to Billy Herman. 26 is a ball hit on the ground to third base. He's out 5-3. We go to the 8th, 6-3 Cubs. Here's Clyde McCullough, the catcher for Chicago. 6-6 roll, hit column. 32 will be a single. So Sturgeon is up. Pasto is on deck. Sturgeon will swing away. 24 is a 29. That's going to be a ground out to the pitcher. And that is a fielder's choice. 1-6. So Sturgeon's at first. He is a fast runner. 1 out. Clyde Pessoa is the batter. He'll try to sacrifice. 64 is a strike. Scores around the bunt. 51 is a 9. That's going to be 5-4. Successful sacrifice. Putting Sturgeon on second for Phil Cavaretta. 51 is a 9 against a grade A pitcher. 28 is ground out to shortstop. 6-3, we go to the bottom of the 8th inning. Cubs 6, Dodgers 3. Important inning for the Brooklyn Dodgers. They trail by 3, and they are in the middle of their order. Here's Pete Reeser. Pessoa is still on the mound. 24 is a fly ball to center field. 1 out. Dolph Camilli. 65 is going to be a pop out to the catcher. 2 outs. Camilli is 0 for 4 on the day. Here is Dixie Walker. 61 is a 40. That's a foul ball. 24 is a fly ball to center field. D'Alessandro is under it and makes the catch. We go to the top of the 9th. Chicago 6, Brooklyn 3. Newt Kimball will come on to pitch the 9th inning for the Brooklyn Dodgers. He is a grade C pitcher with a W modifier. Leading off for the Chicago Cubs is the second baseman, Lou Stringer. 1-5 is a base hit for Lou Stringer. That's his first hit of the game. He did have a walk earlier. Fast runner at first. Stan Hack is the batter. Very popular longtime Chicago Cub. He is an opposite field hitter. Here's the pitch to Stan Hack. 51 is a base hit, and the runner will go to second. Hack is 4 for 4 on the day. Bill Swish Nicholson. 55, that's going to be a single, and the runner scores. Nicholson's 3 for 5 on the day. And the runner goes to second. It is now 7-3, Chicago. Babe Dahlgren. 33, that's a double. Both runners will score. Unless, okay, one runner is going to score. Nicholson's going to be thrown out at the plate. So a double and RBI. Hack scores. Nicholson's cut down 8-2. That's the first out in the inning. And it is now 8-3 Chicago. D'Alessandro. 44 is a 7 single, and Dahlgren scores. It is 9-3 Chicago. Timeout. All right, Brooklyn will bring in Kemp Wicker to pitch. He's a grade C pitcher, no modifiers. And he is a left-hander. He's pitching to Clyde McCullough. All right, 1 out. Runner on first. Clyde McCullough, the catcher, comes to bat. 43 is a 29. That's going to be a fielder's choice. 1-6. So D'Alessandro is out at second. McCullough is the runner at first, and there's 2 outs. Bobby Sturgeon, the batter. 56 is a pop out to the shortstop. So the Dodgers score, or excuse me, the Cubs score 3 more times. And it is now 9-3 as we go to the bottom of the ninth. Claude Passot is at his point of weakness, but he's going to try to finish the ninth inning. He's got a 6-run lead. Has to have a couple bad things happen to him before we lower his letter grade. Ducky Medwick wins off for Brooklyn. 52 is a ground out to the third baseman, 5-3. 1 out. Medwick is 1 for 4 on the day. Mickey Owen. 46 is a ground ball back to the pitcher, Passot. He throws over to first, 2 outs. And now Pee Wee Reese comes up. 14 is a fly ball to left field. That's the end of the ball game. The final score, Chicago Cubs 9, the Brooklyn Dodgers 3. We'll be back with a wrap-up. All right, and today's game, Game 13 of the National League Tournament, the final score was the Chicago Cubs 9, Brooklyn Dodgers 3. The Cubs scored 9 runs on 14 hits and no errors. The Dodgers scored 3 runs on 7 hits, and they committed 1 error. The winning pitcher was Claude Passot, 9 innings, 3 earned runs. The losing pitcher was Hugh Casey, 4 1/3 innings, with 4 runs surrendered. Stars of the game are Babe Dahlgren, who had 2 doubles and a home run and 4 RBIs. And Stan Heck was 4 for 4 and scored 3 runs. So 2 stars of the game, but primarily Babe Dahlgren. So the Brooklyn Dodgers in the tournament will be the visiting team in the next game. That'll be the championship game for the National League. They will go to Wrigley Field in Chicago. The Dodgers are 3-1. Chicago is 4-1. And the winner of that game will be our 1941 tournament champion. Our next game that we will be playing here on the channel is over in the American League. And that is the 4-1 Cleveland Indians going to the 3-0 Chicago White Sox, game 14 in the American League. So that tournament could end tomorrow if Cleveland loses, or it could take 2 more games. So we have either 2 games left in the tournament to come up with the league champions, possibly 3, and then another game to play the 2 champions. Hope you are enjoying this tournament as much as I am. If you like what you see, hit the subscribe button, and that'll do it for today. Good day, and God bless.